Welcome to Twisted Metal Customs, you're Twisty. We're in the TMC workshop, and for quite a while now, I've been saving up, penny pinching, trying to chip towards my goal to build my paint booth again. So I've already done a paint booth build video on my old workshop. It came up pretty cool, but it was fibro walls and, you know, it was okay, but this is gonna be good. So what I'm gonna do, give you a quick rundown and then we'll get straight into it. And I'll give you the cost as well. So this is EPS, it's like cold room panel sheeting basically, and it's sort of clicks together as well. This is 2.4 meter sheets, 50 mil wide, flat each side. So they're gonna go along the walls, upright, so 2.4 high booth, nice and strong. I'm not gonna be using it to store anything on top, so that's why it only went 50 mil on the roof, on the ceiling. So you can get 75, 100 mil, and also trim deck style roofing iron on top, so you can actually walk on it. But for me, it's just gonna be cheap box to keep dust out and paint in. I was gonna use C-channel. They didn't have any in stock, so I've gone for 2.4 mil angle, and it'll be just glued all the way along for dust proofing and air, bug, all that sort of stuff proofing, and then just plugged every meter or so just to keep it in place. And that same sort of steel I'm going to be using pretty much around the perimeter. So up the walls, along the top, I've got one piece up there already for the roof to sit on. So for all that sheeting, for all this roof sheeting and all the walls and then the front two doors, which will be just another 2.4 meter length, it was about $16.50, I think, by memory. And all this steel you see on the ground, I went and picked that up today. I think I paid a little bit too much for it, in my opinion. Like, it's not much here, but it cost me $550. And that's including 2 Sikaflex tubes, which I'll be using to glue the sheets down and the steel down to make it nice and airtight. And my friends, that's basically it. It's really simple. I'm basically building a big esky. That's essentially what it is. All right, I got Brendan here, give me a hand to lift these big sheets up. Quick update is that we've got a couple sheets on top at the moment, the 4.8s, just to get our length, because we don't know how bad this wall that I built out of the ply could be going in and out. So there might be some discrepancies. So what we did is put one this end, as you see, ran it out, a couple mil gap this side, and then we left about 5 to 10 mil like back in on top where it sits, and the flashing will cover that anyway. But that will give us that amount of room and play when we run these sheets, and if that creeps out, we won't be overhanging. We've still got that 10 mil plus a couple mil that side. You can see this 4.8 meter sheet here, it's 50 mil, right? It's not supposed to be used for ceiling, but can be, but it's obviously not structural. You can't walk on it or anything, but it's not flexing one bit. And even this one here with 2 props on it, it's 4.8 meter span, and I just think it's pretty good bang for bucks. So what we did that, plumbed that down, marked our angle on the ground. So we've drilled that out for plugs, and I'm just using these wall plugs. They're 50 mil, 6 mil. Just, it's not really for any strength, it's just to keep it there. I'm gonna use Sikaflex, that's why. So it's drilled out now, we're gonna flip it over, run a bit of Sikaflex along the bottom, plug these in, and then we can start standing these wall sheets. I've got space for a hammer, you just use it and leave it over here.
Right where it was.
That's where it wasn't. God damn it. And that's going to be plenty enough to hold it while the glue dries. We'll put these plugs in, and then we'll start your hyperlapse, and we'll get these sheeted and glued, and yeah, see how we go. Oh yeah, with these, I like pulling the nail out first, because otherwise it can get stuck and you'll have sticking out plastic. So tap the plastic in first. And it's good because there's styrofoam in the middle of the sheet. It's like sandwich, right? So you have styrofoam here, which will just push over that plug anyway. So we've just got this one glued in place. We had to lift it up. There's a bit of stuffing around because it was already in place. But all we did for the next sheets is a bead of Sikaflex along the angle, and then every half meter or a meter or so, we put just a thin probably a bit too thick, but a thin bead of Sikaflex just to be able to you know, hold it together. It's more for dust proofing and bugs and stuff. You could definitely do a full bead all the way along, but just make sure it's thin because this is precision material where it's got to, you know, countersink into that receiving end. So too much silicone, you're going to have an actual gap where the sheets join. So that's my opinion anyway. We'll see. And this is to give some strength. Also another bead along the ground and on the back side of the angle. So there's Brendan over there doing all the hard lifting. I'll have to chop around these posts, or this one post, which I did already on this end sheet. And I'll tell you what, super easy. Obviously it's super thin material, so you can use tin snips, grinder. I just ripped that down with the grinder, and then got a saber saw or a hacksaw and just chop the foam out, and Bob's your uncle. So I'll be doing the same to that one. And yeah. We'll get into it and hopefully have this built in like 20 seconds for your hyperlapse pleasure. Cue the music.
Where's Twisty going?
Ah, it's good.
I'll build myself. Ah, it's not that heavy.
Yeah. Oh, hey!
Like a glove.
Alrighty. A couple of hours later, a couple of beeries later, and we have done it. And it wasn't that hard. It was a bit awkward with the long sheets, but it's pretty awesome, I must say. It's pretty dark in here, so sorry about that. But it is pretty damn good, and that is a budget spray booth if I've ever seen one. So everything came up pretty good. Used Sikaflex, as we said, in the gaps. All the plastic cover is still on. That's what this is. It's actually a protective cover, but I'm actually going to leave it on for, I don't know, as long as I can for a couple of paint jobs and see how dirty the room gets. And if it's not too bad, I'll just leave it on there until I need to rip it off. And then, yeah, it's a brand new booth again. So, and plus it's actually a lot brighter, that wrap, than it is than the actual panel. The panels are slightly off grey, so it's a little bit darker. But overall, pretty happy with it. What a man. So we're going to go through now and pop rivet all these flashing off. So that's all going to be fixed in. I can put the flashing on the top here, and that's what I was saying, that it sits on top. It's glued, like Sikaflex all through. I'll put a little tiny bracket there temporarily just to keep that top panel plumb. And yeah, pop rivet at the top, and it's pretty good, you know. So whether it's going to be a cold room, cold storage, food storage, paint room, spray booth, or whatever, living room, kitchen, it's pretty versatile. So I'm pretty impressed, you know. And temperature difference. So Brendan said before when we were at the back, in there it's probably like 2 degrees cooler. I don't know, maybe just the radiant heat, I don't know. Nice and tight. I'll just run a bead of Sikaflex around any gaps that have been left, and pop rivet all under here, pop rivet the other lip, Sikaflex down the bottom, up the top corner, and it's done. It's going to be a glued box. Anyway, thanks for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed that. Give it a like, subscribe, check out my other content. I think I've got a video of the other spray booth if you want to look for an alternative one I've built. It's either a short or a video, but check it out. Otherwise, check out all the other content I've been doing. Thanks, Brendan, for your help.
Anytime, mate.
Anytime?
Maybe. No.
Once off then. All right, cheerio.